provides so much utility when you want to go for this early game dives.
Yep.
And whenever any team goes for a needle pick, it just gives them the extra split pushing option as well.
Yep.
And the thing about needle leaf is that they hurt so much especially when they go for AP builds, like what Westlaw is probably gonna go for, but he has that Doran's class.
Yeah, the Doran's ring is the mark of a AP needle leaf. Mark of pain.
Yeah,
not so much in the melee form though. You can see her spears aren't exactly doing that much damage.
Yeah. And now we actually see Green Tea on the aggressive here as Garnet Devil tries to follow up to secure a kill onto TG. Now Exo just poking them down, repelling them away from TG here. So good guy, Exo, protecting his support.
Actually, I wouldn't say he's a good guy, because if you don't do that, he's just a noob.
Well, strong words from Darren, as we just heard.
Yeah.
So, Garnet Devil and Green Tea definitely putting on some good aggression onto this Mineski bottom lane.
Yeah, but I would say Exo, as you were saying, did do a good job of doing a counter aggression there, poking them down quite the same amount during that trade.
That's right, and I guess that's the important thing as well. Traditionally, some of the when I ask some of the pro players, especially in Singapore, they say that Zyra kind of just counteracts against Flash when they go aggressive. But at the same time, you have to remember that those auto attacks coming from will hurt. As we do see, landing for Maze to come in, and that was a great gank coming in from HQ Esports Club.
Oh, hey, kind of this Zyra skin kind of looks like Anima. Don't you think so? During her room from Final Fantasy X. A little bit sidetracking here. That's another game. But yeah, just an observation there.
Yeah, that's the haunted Zyra skin coming from this year's Halloween special. And now we do see Noel coming into the mid lane. Wants to go for salvation. And what a great death sentence predicting the movement of Exo right there. As we do see Garnet Devil, is he gonna go down that process? But it does look like the barrel will be able to save his life.
And on top of that, the shield from Rash doing its work.
Yeah, I think we can refer that to the Mad Life death sentence.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna go there. So
the Mad Life death sentence.
There was some moves like Mad Life, man.
Right, and we do see once again Westlaw just brawling it out against Seth here. But the concern for Westlaw is that he is a mana-based champion. So Needle is a mana-based champion. So if he runs out of mana, then he will be out of resources to try to poke down Seth in the process.
Yep, and now Westlaw is gonna recall back to base. Interesting to see what first item he will pick up.
Right, so it does look like he will, go on with that Doran's ring, as well as I think he will be forming up
Chalice of Harmony.
Yeah,
sure.
he would be forming that up fairly quickly. And now Garnet Devil actually finishing up that phase.
There we go. Once again, a pause. We should be going back in very soon. We haven't seen a very long pause, so that's a good sign. Let's not jinx it.
A good sign. Yeah, let's not jinx it. Yeah. Sometimes when we say things and it happens, and you just kind of want to slap yourself in the face.
I remember last time I think we were doing. Was it us or someone else? But I remember we were doing one match to say, a pause. It won't be long. 20 minutes later, we go back in.
Right, and okay, let's talk about what we have seen in the meantime while we wait for the pause to resume.
Let's just talk about the kill-death ratio first. You can see the goal difference is about 1,000 already. Yep. Just 5 minutes into the game, 0-2 in favor of AHQ. Obviously, them doing very, very nice gangs. Especially, I think I would give props to Green Tea.
Right,
those hooks are spot on.
Not only that, the dark passage going in for Naze, and it was timed rather precise, but Naze wasn't able to follow up immediately with the dark flight. But nevertheless, they were able to have enough crowd control capabilities coming in from the Flare, as well as the Blades of Torment coming in from Aatrox to just lock Exo and TG into place to kind of secure that first blood. And that went over to Garnet Devil in that sense, and he was able to pick up this early phase. That will make the big difference when it comes to this bottom lane.
Yeah, definitely gonna be going for that Trinity Force. Despite the movement speed nerf and price increment of Trinity Force, it's still a very strong item.
Right, I kind of like this,
Oh, there we go.
There we go. I kind of like this symphony between Trinity Force and Lucian as a champion in his kit, because a lot of Lucian's damage comes in from this combination of spells. So if you can chain that well enough and make full use of the Trinity Force procs,
you can land 2 procs of Trinity Force.
Yeah, that is gonna hurt as well. And with the Light Slinger, giving Lucian 2 charges of those auto attacks. Wow, there is a lot of gunshot wounds gonna be hitting Mineski there.
Yeah. Arrow. I kind of think of a pun, but forget it. Can't think of it right.
But you don't have to force it out.
Yeah.
It just comes in gradually. You have a lot to learn, young Padawan.
Padawan. I am Jedi. Speaking of which, what are your thoughts on the new Star Wars coming out?
I don't know, man. I haven't been reading too much into it. I've been kind of just watching League as old.
Okay. There we go. Great stuff of Garena there.
Oh damn! No, it's just I kind of like enjoy this
watching streams. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of enjoy these pro games as pro players go head to head with each other. And now as it seems, it's gonna be Westall really slightly ahead in this straight. And something about Garnet Devil in the bottom lane, he has been playing Lucian quite consistently in the past few matches. I believe this is the third time he has been playing it. And it just goes to show when you have someone that you are really comfortable with, you just want to keep sticking with it and make it work for you.
Yep, he is indeed. But that's one of the downside of always playing the same champion, is after a while people will start banning it or picking it out. Yeah, before you can.
There we go. Oh, there we go. The Death Center once more landing onto Exo there, and with the Dark Flight just landing onto TG, and it does look like it is gonna be a double kill going into the favor of AHQ Esports Club, and with Scarlet Devil picking up those kills as well. So 3, 0, and 1, just 7 minutes into this game. It's gonna be quite a good advantage for AHQ Esports Club.
Yep. And now AHQ is gonna very, very quickly rotate over to the Dragon for an extra 1,000 gold here. But there we go. The gold difference will soon bubble up to 3,000 difference in favor of AHQ.
That's right. So with this gold difference and this early game goal lead, it's gonna just make them into a scary mid-game competition team. Yep. In the sense, AHQ traditionally, when they do have all their early games into place, it will be a hyper-aggressive team going into the mid-game once they have 1 or 2 key items completed for them.
But I would say currently in this game, both teams have very, very strong mid lane, and I think both teams won't skill up late game. Lucian's damage in the late game is not as much, because all you need is a tank to stand in front of him, and his ultimate will pretty much be negated.
Yeah, the calling, that's the one weakness of the calling, I would say.
The irony is you can't call a tank.
Yeah, no, it's too much calling. And I guess another thing to take note, I think it's quite interesting, well, at least I find it interesting, is that calling kind of scales off attack speed, which is something that, that's not too common among a lot of champions.
You can't think of it, those spells actually scale off attack speed.
Yeah, it's primarily because, the calling with more attack speed, it gives you additional, shots when you use that ultimate spell.
Yeah, so but still, overall, I think if you do the calculation, stacking damage will actually give it more though.
Yeah. But it's just really special for
it's just unique.
Yeah, so and speaking about Garnet Devil with that Lucian thing, he has already picked up that again. And once again, Gritty with that death sentence securing the kill onto TG for Garnet Devil. He is on a rampage now, so 4 kills, 9 minutes into this game. That's rather insane. And the calling goes down. Will we see Garnet Devil secure kill? But it's not enough just yet. But one kill secured already, so that's not too bad for him.
Yeah, and I don't think Exo will actually go down. He still has his barrier up, so he could pop that to give himself. Oh, there we go. Nazir taking a lot of damage.
Right, so a ton of damage coming in with that victorious Elysian.
Victorious indeed for one snare. But the game does not seem to be going well for them though.
Right, so this early game objective and kill deficit coming in for Mineski here. They have to kind of find a way to negate that quickly, because HQ, like we were saying earlier, it's a great early game master.
And both teams are mid-game. Their strength lies in mid-game. Nidalee a little bit more to the late game, but her mid-game spears do hurt a lot, especially when you don't have any defensive items yet. Yeah. There you go, a weird spear coming down.
Oh, Snoy just flashing out of the way of that one. He doesn't want any dealings with Naze and Fights in the top lane. Speaking about these 2 champions, we were talking about it earlier, that these 2 champions just gives you the extra
in-your-face power.
Yeah, in-your-face diving composition and potential as well. But at this point in time, we don't even need to see that coming in from that. They don't have to risk all that, because Green Tea and Gunner Devil are just doing so well for themselves.
We might see a wonderful hook once again coming
that
in.
sentence coming in onto DG there. It does look like one more time it's going to be Gunner Devil securing one more kill there. And Exo just forever alone.
Forever gonna get screwed here as Westdoor comes in with the final spear. Oh, he's waiting on his spear. Exo is trying to duke it out.
Yeah, he wanted to kind of predict where that javelin toss is gonna land, but Westdoor is way smarter than that.
Yeah, I would say the smartest person here is actually Green Tea, predicting 2 of his arcane shifts.
Yeah,
that was some wonderful play there.
That's right. I have to give props to him right there, and predicting where the arcane shift goes is no easy task by any means.
And you can see what Nidalee did was very, very smart. Westdoor actually threw out his spear but cancelled it the moment Ezreal juked it and threw it out when he was sure that it was gonna land.
Hashtag Westdoor plays, man.
Yeah. Hashtag swag.
Hashtag Nidalee plays. As we do see Westdoor heading back into base, probably he wants to pick up some good items to make his javelin toss even more deadly than it is now.
Yep, and apparently side wards make his javelin toss more painful because that was the only items he picked up.
And finishing up that Athene from Holy Grail as well.
Yeah, he already has it, I think. But nonetheless, once he reaches his death cap, all hell will break loose, man.
I always compare javelin toss coming in from Nidalee like a kick to a guy's crotch, just because of how painful it is. At the time, I think I was doing a game with Don a couple of days ago, and we just compared in that sense. And when you see it happen, you will just go ooh, and
yeah,
that's my reason why.
I think that's actually a very, very good representation of how spears work.
So right now, AHQ Esports Club just gathering back once again. It does look like they want to just continue on with this aggression, and with good reasons as well. That's the thing about this early game play style that you have. You don't want to let up, give any breathing space to your opponents, as we do see Noah just playfully smiting and taking the big minion away from me.
Yeah, but that's an interesting waste of smite to prevent that Wraith gain, but now AHQ is gonna go down for the siege in the mid lane. Oh, that's a mispronunciation there.
Oh, now Noel going in. Is he gonna let it go? No, and there we go with javelin toss onto Noel, just bringing him down to about a third of his HP.
And actually, that's a very, very good play there by TG, blocking the thresh hook with a plant.
That's right. So good awareness coming in from him in that sense. Like that should be happening earlier. In the sense he kind of needed to control this bottom lane duel of HQ right now.
Yep.
As they are just having their own way of around the game right now. As they are just grouping up and making fools of it, forcing Mineski into their territory.
But you can't actually blame TG for actually not throwing down his plants, because most of the bushes were put water by Green Tea, so he had no idea
where
the
point is. Fair point. And so far so good for Green Tea. He has landing a few good. There you go. Jumping in with the slingshot, but immediately taking a ton of damage in his face.
Yeah, and dodging that.
Oh, SBS engage going down. And Ney is going in, and this time around with the Stand United being popped onto him, Fights will be able to come to his rescue in that sense. And now, what a timely rappel to just dodge out the pawn. And now Set going in with the lag cross onto Green Tea and Gunner Devil. Will we see the first kill for Mineski here as the death sentence once again landing onto Set. So that's the problem that we're talking about. Removing that tenacity on ledge rounds just takes away so much potential and so much firepower away from it.
Yeah, it's getting stunned when your ultimate is going on is definitely something you don't want to be happening. And because of that, they will lose yet another dragon. And we do have a replay reel of the previous team fight coming in. Right, we'll talk about that.
So a quick rappel to kind of negate that taunt, but Set just jumping right into the frame. And look at the equalizer. It wasn't really quite on point there. If it was a little slanted more to the right, then you probably just catch out Green Tea, and that damage over time would just probably repel some of the aggression coming in. But at the same time, they just went in, and because of that, no follow-up, and that's why AHQ was able to pick up that 2 kills in that process. And at the same time, they did pick up the dragon as well, so extending
tower in the mid lane.
Yeah, so extending their goal lead up to a good 9,015 minutes there.
Yeah.
So this is the reason why we call them early game masters.
This is definitely not a position you want to be in. Mineski here struggling to try to find their foot in this game. Foothold, I mean. But so looking at the duration of the game, 15 minutes, 10k goal difference is huge, man. It's a really, really hard game for Mineski to come back from.
Right, but I guess the thing for them to kind of come back into this is, like we mentioned earlier, make full use of their area of effect combinations. Just do it properly. Call it a wombo combo if you wanna, but just do that, pull that off well enough. Then you will be kind of able to lock AHQ down into place and for Exo to finish off the job.
Yeah, Exo here is definitely the best sweeper. We have seen it in the SGS versus Mineski match during the qualifiers for finals.
Right, that was some time ago. And I guess in a sense, Mineski has, gained some experience.
Wow!
And
Spiderlings not doing their job.
Right, just catching that javelin and...
It's like, Mom, I ain't gonna die for you, man.
The Spiderlings, scumbag Spiderlings not taking a shot for Noah there. It does look like, Westlaw is hurting so much right now, having that Needless Pilat completed already.
Yeah.
It does look like AHQ once again not giving any breathing space to Mineski here as they group up once more to force down into the mid lane, and another javelin just landing onto Exo there.
Spear's not exactly dealing that much damage yet. I think the distance wasn't far enough. But nonetheless, now AHQ Price is happily split pushing along the top side. Even if Rumble comes down, there's not too much he can do. Shen will just haunt away.
Right, and we do see AHQ once again marching down into the mid lane, forcing the objectives and just forcing Mineski back into the base, and once again their sentence landing onto Mineski there, and a great one as well, catching him back into the box. And Garnet Devil now going in, Greenkey at the side, just locked Snoy in place, but it looks like Snoy will be able to flash out of that to keep himself alive.
Yep, second time Snoy has flashed away from a potential death to take away his life.
And you do see now Westlaw, is he gonna go down in this process, but he will be able to just leap away in that Google form.
Yeah, Google form giving here, I think she did flash away as well, getting out. But that was nonetheless a very, very good equalizer coming in from Rumble. But this game is just way, way too big a difference for Mineski to actually come back. I don't see any strategy Mineski can pull off. Right. Even if they pull off their wombo combo successfully this game, it's not enough to take out because there's too much of a goal difference here already. Right. AHQ can just dive the turret if they wanna.
And given the sense, AHQ they do have this tendency to kind of overcommit sometimes. So if Mineski is able to kind of position themselves to make, punish them for their commitment, then they might probably make something out of it. And now we do see Mineski jumping onto Westlaw there and giving him a good amount of damage.
Oh, there we go. Nice dodge.
A good javelin toss once again.
Mystic toss versus... Oh, Exo here taking a lot of damage. Barrier gonna be popped. Westlaw should be able to get away from this. But he needs to heal himself up. He goes back into cat form. He might be able to take him out.
But this time around, Green.
Oh, what? A spear coming in from between the globs.
Oh my gosh. And this is Westlaw, ladies and gentlemen, making full use of his, that Cougar form and the javelin, the damage toss is also carefully calculated.
All planned.
That one-man show, taking out both Set and Exo, that is gonna let Mineski all win.
Yep, as the arrogant players like to say, all planned.
All planned. Yeah. And I like the part where he was just waiting for the block to come back into one specific spot and then just going in with the need to just swipe everything and secure that kill for himself.
Yeah, I think the carry on the cake was that spear between the gloves. If it were me, I think I'll probably miss. This is why, Darren. This is why we are not pro players.
Yeah. And we do see Set jumping into action once again, but this time around, is he gonna? Are they gonna commit to this?
Nice lantern there.
Yeah, right. So quick disengage coming into HQ there. So it does look like at this point of time they don't have any loopholes just of yet.
Yep, the first inhibitor of the game. All turrets up for AHQ.
Right. So
7 towers down for Mineski.
0-12. AHQ having the lead here, 20 minutes in, 7-0 in terms of turret, and having a huge 15k goal advantage. It does look like they will be looking to finish off the game quickly, but that's the other problem as well. You don't wanna just overcommit to your early game strengths.
Yep.
In a sense, you wanna be composed about it. You don't wanna just go in being overconfident and you throw your game away.
Yeah, but AHQ is definitely not a team to be overconfident. You have seen their performance in the previous season.
Yep, that's right.
Despite having a huge lead, they won't usually throw games.
That's right, and in a sense, they are what we call the early game masters, as we mentioned time and time again, and it's precisely because of that. And this distinctive aggression coming in from him just goes to show their worth.
Yeah. And we might see the game come to a close in just a few minutes time.
But now Green Tea this time around getting caught out of there. Is he gonna go down in this exchange? Next ball gets used, and TG, the first one to secure a kill for Mineski in the upcoming exchange. Is this the opportunity that Mineski is looking for? But it does look like the amount of damage coming in from AHQ too much for Mineski to handle as they back off in the exchange, while them using that Carling to force them back into the base.
Yep, and here, ladies and gentlemen, you see goal difference doing its work here, as AHQ, despite losing a player very, very early on in the fight, still managed to come back and win the trade here. Always a 1-for-1 trade, but Mineski were all forced to back off.
One more javelin toss onto Exo, and that, ladies and gentlemen, that was just the effects of one javelin toss.
Yep, Exo here, walking away in shame.
Walking away in shame.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not too sure whether that's shame or just pure,
I just need to back.
I just need to go back, man. No more spears, please.
One spear KO. Yeah, but it was funny to see Ezreal throwing a mystic shot out, cutting off 100 health and then losing 800 health.
Well, definitely, I don't know, man. First trade that sense. And now this time around, AHQ making quick work onto Baron, and it does look like Mineski nowhere near the area to try to contest this.
Ezreal's situation kind of reminds me of something I did when I was in primary school. I was like in primary 5 and I scammed the P2 guy to trade $1 for 20 cents.
Great job, dude. Thanks. Great job. And now back into this game, AHQ Esports Club destroying set right off the map. And in a step of finger as well.
Yeah.
No, I blinked my eye and I almost missed that.
Oh, that's a very slow blink you have there.
I don't know, man. Kind of happens. And now Price soaking up all these turret shots and a flash death sentence. Unfortunately, this time not landing on any one of them.
Yeah. Well, you can say Green Tea has some serious balls to be burning a summoner spell like that. But having this kind of huge lead gives you the opportunity to make risky plays like that.
Right. So all the outer turrets and inhibitor turrets is cleared already. And Green Tea, and a great result to slowly just repel from there, but just look like HQ with all this lead and all this damage.
And that purple thing swirling around them. Baron buff.
So a quick victory for HQ Esports Club here tonight. And that was after the